Bye bye beautiful. This is the Quattroporte Ultima, the 2024 last hurrah to the Quattroporte in this current platform, in this current design language that we see here today. Next time we see the Quattroporte is going to be completely different. So Maserati has given us the Ultima today, and we're going to break this down and see everything that the last final hurrah for the Quattroporte is all about. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where I have the first 2024 Maserati Quattroporte Modena, and it's a Ultima. The Ultima is a new last series for 2024 because we're saying goodbye to the Quattroporte in this form as we know it. Completely refreshed for the next model year. New platform, exterior, interior, everything. So Maserati decided to release the Ultima series for 2024, which shows off what Maserati is all about when it comes to adding everything you already need, loading it up standard, and giving you a great car to drive off the lot without taking any options button. So with that said, we have our first Quattroporte Ultima in the Modena flavor, and I want to show it here off to you guys at Maserati of Daytona Beach. Let's get right to it. So it's rare that we actually get Quattroportes on the channel, let alone one of the first Ultima editions. Yes, the final hurrah to the Quattroporte in this older platform that we're used to for the past 5-6 years now. You know, it's been a lovely time, but it's time to refresh this Quattroporte. It's time to give it something a little bit different, something a little bit more modern, you know, like the design language that we see on Maseratis today with the new exterior design and new interior design. The wheelbase is probably going to change up a little bit for the next iteration, and possibly that engine. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But the Quattroporte Ultima equals last. Ultima is last. What does that mean exactly? Well, we're talking about, I mean, you don't get a lot of options on this, guys. They pretty much have preset Quattroportes that they have out there with very limited amount of options that you can have on them, and then that's it. For example, the Modena is the only trim level for 2024. There's no Quattroporte GT Ultima. There's no Quattroporte Trofeo Ultima. There's not even a special edition like the 334 Ghibli Ultima or like the Levante V8 Ultima. The Quattroporte doesn't get any of that. It's kind of left behind and just gets a Modena trim level. So you will not see any other Ultimas besides a Quattroporte Ultima for 2024. Now, with that said, you only have 3 colors. This Bianco, you have Grigio Maratia, and I believe you have Nero Absoluto, which is the new black for 2024 that came on the Trofeo, sorry, the Gran Turismo. Those are the only 3 colors you can get the Quattroporte on for 2024. There's only 2 wheel options. There's only 1 interior option. There's only 3 interior trims. So again, there's maybe a couple of things you can do to this, but that's it. Only 1 caliper color as well. That's red, what you see right there. So again, the Quattroporte is just going out with everything that you already need in it, but not a lot of customization when it comes to options. So keep that in mind as we go over this spec, because it looks good, but it's not necessarily anything that you really haven't seen from the QP before. So as you can see, standard Bianco paint. This is also one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest Quattroporte you're gonna see in 2024. Actually, I'm calling it. This is the cheapest Quattroporte you're gonna see in 2024. And I'm gonna tell you why once we get down to the sticker. So, gloss white paint, standard paint for the QP. The Maserati insignia there, as you guys can see, the big trident with level 2 ADAS. And we have the vertical blades with the matte inserts there as well. We also have the gloss black lip, the functional grille, as you guys can see. There's air feeding on both sides there. And then we have the functional grille on the side with the big side blades as well there. All right, then we have the full matrix LED headlamps, as you guys can see there. Look really good. And you step back, put it all together, it's looking quite nifty. I love it. Now, with that said and done, we can come along to the side here. When it comes to the side of the QP, you're looking at 21-inch Alante wheels. You can get another wheel set here, and that's 20-inch silver Perseo wheels. That's it. Those are your two options when it comes to wheels for the Ultima Quattroportes. We got the 21-inch Alantes. I'm glad because these look awesome. There's only one Brembo brake color for the Quattroporte, and that is red. And you're seeing it here. The Rosso caliper with the white script and the drilled rotors, Continental tires here. All right, step back, put it all together, and it looks beautiful. Big portholes on the QP for the front fender and a Modena badge, letting you know that that's the only trim level you're gonna get for 2024. Now, with the QP, you standard have the black mirror caps. All right, that comes standard. But the rest of it, you get chrome with the chrome window moldings here and the chrome door handles. These come standard, as in most times if you have like an Racimo package or anything like that, you would have gloss black on the window moldings and the body colored door handles. You do not have that for this. Also coming to the top, you will see the sunroof up there, and then you will see the black C-pillar trident hanging out right there. Now then we come to the rear, and again, very Quattroporte that we're used to. Boomerang tails, Quattroporte badge there. Now that is smoked for the Quattroporte badge, and it is smoked for the insignia or script back here as well. And then it has a smoked Q4 badge because this is an all-wheel drive model. All right, then we come lower and we got the quad exhaust, two on each side, done in chrome. The honeycomb grille, but non-functional here for the surround. And then the shark fin rear diffuser done in gloss black. Then we step back and put that all together, and it's got a lovely stance. It's a nice wide rear, all right? So I love the look on the QP when it comes to that. But yeah, after what I told you guys, there's not a lot to discuss when it comes to overall spec, because again, this is as base as you can get it for 2024, but base doesn't actually look bad, you know? I mean, I remember these wheels, I think, being a $4,000 option if you were to do it this way. So, you know, with that said, in the sticker breakdown, we'll have to make sense of it. But so far, so good. Looks very clean on the outside. Let's talk more about what the last iteration of the Quattroporte is all about. Allow me to reintroduce you guys to this Ferrari-derived twin-turbo V6 3-liter with 424 horsepower, 428 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is a Q4 all-wheel drive, and with this HP ZF, you're looking at a top speed of 179 miles per hour. A 0 to 60 is about 4.2 seconds, all right? So we're doing pretty good with this power plant, and we know all about it because we've had it in a QP for a very long time. So, I mean, the next QP, I think it's gonna be electric. We're not exactly sure what the new EU 7 emissions and what they're going to do over there in Europe, because Alfa has scaled back on going fully electric with, you know, most of their models, and the Quadrifoglio models will still be ICE. Could there still be an ICE Quattroporte? We're not exactly sure yet, but until we do know, let's hear what this QP has to say for itself before it makes its final goodbye. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Once you give the video a like, it helps grow the channel, and I get more opportunities to get more beautiful cars like these Ultima Quattroporte behind me here today. Now, fuel economy for the 2024 QP is 20-17-25. 20 combined city and highway, 17 city, 25 highway, and you must put premium fuel inside of this monster in order to get that beautiful Maserati performance and sound note. Now, in the rear, we have about 13 cubic feet of space. As you can see, we have the automated trunk. You will see that we do have the 60/40 rear seat fold down as well. We have our front plate kit here. We have our Maserati presentation box that gives you a little model car, the keychains, the spare key, everything inside of here, and our mats as well. As look at that little ash catcher there with the trident on the chrome pieces there. If you smoke, I mean, this is your ashtray. If you're smoking in a Quattroporte, shame on you. 12 volts there, and then we have a little net here. All right, then if I were to move this, not much really going underneath, but you know, I have to show it off to you guys. So, spare tire. All right, tire inflate kit, tire jack, not really much space for anything. Then you also have your battery stored under here on the side. So again, it's typical Quattroporte when it comes to space, when it comes to the arrangement there. Now let's take a look inside of the QP. As you guys can see, we have the dual pane windows per usual. We have the fixed B-pillar. We have the no pre-hinge set design here, so you guys can open this however far you want without having to worry about it. And I'm bringing this all up because it's not stuff that's currently on other Maserati models that have the different platforms other than what we have here today. So it's a selling point for a lot of people who do like this stuff. You can still get it in 2024, but this is the last year. So we're looking at a couple of things like the Maserati side sill there, done in aluminum. We have the rubber pedals, would have loved to see those in aluminum. We do have Nero for the leather. We have black piano wood trim. We have chrome all throughout because that's a Quattroporte thing standard. And we have roll sole stitching with Harman Kardon sound system. Now, when it comes to the trim, you can do 3 trims in 2024. That's it. You're looking at one of them. This is the standard trim, black piano wood trim. You can also do an open pore wood trim, and you can do a carbon fiber trim. Those are the other 2 options you have for 2024. Other than that, that's it. When it comes to the speaker system, you don't have to have Harman Kardon for the QP. You can upgrade to Bowers & Wilkins for the sound system in 2024. So you do have 2 options when it comes to the sound system. So keep that in mind as well. When we're looking at the interior, this is it. You can only get Nero and roll sole stitching. This is it. I'm telling you, it's the same for the Levante. Same for the Ghibli, I believe, as well. These are the only interiors you're gonna see. A black interior with red stitching all throughout with the headrest. That's standard across the line for the Ultima versions, okay? They make things very easy for themselves and for the customers, so there's not a lot of customization. This is what we got, take it or leave it, all right? So, stepping inside the QP, always more luxurious than its counterparts when it comes to the Levante and Ghibli, because you have a big trim piece all the way through the center of the dash, and this is in black piano wood trim. The flat dashboard with the leather and stitching looks really nice per usual. And again, this is a Quattroporte thing because they put the Maserati clock right there in the center, surrounded by chrome. The surround, the vents, the piece here, all in chrome. All the little trinkets, you know, around the start-stop button, everything, it's all in chrome. It's a Quattroporte thing. Again, it looks really good. 10.1 inch screen here. Let's actually close this up and we'll start it. Foot on the brake. Analog dials, which you guys will like that if you are fans of the old design language. 10.1 inch screen. This is the Maserati MIA system, or MIA system, Maserati Intelligent Assistant, which is Uconnect 5 tailored to Maserati. You see we have our heated seats, ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel controls there. If I hit accept, you'll see that we have the typical Uconnect 5 system that we're used to here, but again, just tailored to the Maserati system. We do have HVAC vents, dual zone. Underneath here, we do have a wireless charging port right there. If you set the phone there, you can see the little battery indicator there. We have USB-C and USB 2.0 there. All right, so I'll push that in, then push that up. All right, then we have our big piano black wood trim piece with our cup holders that are opened here. We have our hazard button, our traction off, start, stop, ICE mode, which is increased efficiency for fuel economy. Sport mode opens up the valves, gives you that throttle response that you want. You also have the dampers, which are softened if you press that in. And then you have the electric parking brake. Radio controls here, but you also have the radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. When I say radio controls, yeah, you can do the volume and turn it on and off here, but you can also use this to navigate through the screen as well. So you can see I'm going through the radio controls and stuff there. So with that said, you have extra storage here. All right, and then the armrest, big armrest, but it does have a partition here, which is cool. All right, so you can put things here and not necessarily, you know, have to worry about anything dangling around in here. So really nice. And then, well, I'm gonna try to close that in there. If I go up here, steering wheel perforated with the leather on the top, perforated leather on the sides, driver assistance controls. We have our hands-free controls, our menu controls for the TFT screen right there in the middle. So you can customize that a little bit as well. Anything we need to do there, we can do that. Our big aluminum paddle shifters, and again, the radio controls on the back. We have our lighting controls here, our odometer controls, our speedo controls, our start-stop button here, and a little bit extra storage right here. I will put your insurance, registration, all that stuff when it comes to, you know, your driving. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we have our sunroof, but it's not a panel roof up there. And we have our soft touches on our pillars and headliner, but I don't think Alcantara for this model year. I think that's it when it comes to the QP for 2024, guys. Again, they're keeping it pretty simple. A lot of the things that you love, but when it comes to customization, it's not really there for the Ultima editions because we're talking about just, hey, this is it. It's a La Syrah. Let's just make it simple to the point. The rear of the QP was always a great place to be, and nothing has changed for this model year. As you guys can see, we have our vent shades here for the window. We also have our dual pane glass there. We have our no preset hinge, and we also have soft closed doors as that pulls in. We keep the same flavor on the door paneling with the Rosso stitching. We have leather, we have black piano wood trim, we have chrome, and we have our Harman Kardon speakers. Now we do have the Maserati side sill done here in aluminum. We do have the Rosso seats, the Rosso stitching with the Nero seats, and then the stitching all throughout, even in the headrest. We have plenty of room in the QP. I mean, that's why you get the QP for the wheelbase. Look at that, crazy. Love the space back here. Extra netting for any kind of storage for documents or anything like that. We have our climate control system here, and we also have our vent shading, I believe, here. If I turn this on, where you see the climate control, which is nice, dual zone. But then you have your vent shade here for, you know, the kind of flavor to match up with the vent shade here. Keep everything cool, keep privacy and the sun out by pressing the button there and putting that up. That is a Quattroporte thing, as always, so you can press those buttons there. Heated seats for both sides as well. Then in the middle, we got a cup holders. We got charging right there as well. A little bit extra storage. So again, very Quattroporte when it comes to the rear. And again, you get a QP for that rear seat space, the rear seat accommodations. A lot of the times you got a bigger family or you want to ride in the back of this and not drive it, you're crazy. But if you want to do that, that is what the QP is for, and it's not a bad place to be. So checking out the lighting for the QP, a little bit different from what the Ghibli is when it comes to the shape and the lighting elements of the headlights, but the same QP we know when it comes to this illumination. All right, with the amber switchback LEDs up there, matrix LED lighting, and the amber reflector. And then we look at the mirror cap, done in amber with the turn signal there as well. And then in the rear, boomerang tails on the QP as well, with the indicator there and the clear section of the tail lamp. Take a step back, see it all on the Bianco paint, and it looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at the 2024 Quattroporte Modena Ultima Q4, because this is the craziest thing ever. Looking at this sticker and looking at the additional options, because there's nothing. This is the standard Quattroporte Modena. This is as cheapest as you're gonna get it when it comes to the 2024 Modena for the Ultima models. I mean, this is it. Base price, MSRP is $139. All right, but then we have a $1,695 destination with a $300 preparation delivery. That takes us at $140,995. That's the cheapest you're gonna get it for 2024. So this is it, guys. Everything you saw today is what's standard on this car. No additional options. I mean, even the wheels, the 21-inch Alante wheels, standard. All right, the red stitching, standard. All this good stuff, Harman Kardon sound system, standard. So it's really cool to see that for the last editions of the Quattroporte as we know it, this is all the stuff that it gets with it. You also have your warranty there as well, same as before. So I never really mentioned it, but in case you guys didn't know much about it, that's it, guys. I mean, this is it for the 2024 model year. What do you guys think? All right, guys, so how did Maserati do? No options, cheapest Modena Ultima you could get at $140,000 after all is said and done. Do you wish it had more? Do you think that this is just enough? Do you think that Maserati did a good job for its send-off, its last goodbye to the Quattroporte as we know it? If you guys want to help further support the channel, check the links down in the description below. I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, my Cash App, my Venmo, and my Patreon. Just in case you guys want to donate an extra $1 or $2 to the channel, I appreciate the extra love, guys. As always, thank you so much. You guys can also check out the Ron's Rides merch and social media links down in the description below. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video. With that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rides video. Peace.